Growing up in America, I've always been curious about my identity. I originally learned Korean first, and then I later learned English through my education here. And it was really difficult because I never knew what to truly conform to. But the best thing was that I have this awesome community of Koreans in Dallas, and I've been able to learn so much about my heritage. And so, in this, I'm going to show you how Koreans came to Dallas and why we're rocking it so hard.
So I'm here with Mark at Grace Point Church, and he is also a member and the staff here. So Mark, what's your job here at Grace Point?
My job is worship associate for entire church, both English and Korean. But mainly my job is serving the Korean ministry to leading the worship. But I also partaking for the partially to the English service as a vocal.
Can you tell me more about how you got connected to the Korean community here?
Yeah, it was kind of easy because I grew up in Korea. I came to USA when I was in 23. So DBU already have some Korean students are there, and they were trying to connect me to find a good church because I was looking for. So it was kind of easy processing that I am naturally just connected to the Korean community.
And so where was this Korean community initially? Because we now know that it's in Carrollton. Do you know where it was beforehand?
It was Royal Lane, which is the little down from the Carrollton, and it was actually urban area.
So why move north?
Especially Asian people, those who were immigrated from the Korea or any other country, they are really looking for the educational level. They're trying to moving up to the north because they really want a competitive environment for their kids.
I see, so more opportunity for education for their children. How do you think Koreans came together in the first place?
I think it's because probably our instinct or our natural DNA. The Korean people love to gathering together, so that's how they're trying to find a place or find a way to gather and gather and gather together. That's how they make a community, and they make it bigger and bigger and bigger.
Hi, so I'm here with Minji, and she is a member at Grace Point Church. Minji, how's your day today?
My day is fine because I came to church. It's been a long time not going to church.
What do you think Carrollton has provided for you as a Korean?
And Carrollton has provided me in a cultural environment where I feel more comfortable with it. For example, just going to the market or other stores, I can see a lot of Asian people.
Yeah, my name is Douglas.
All right. And how are you today?
Okay, good. Yeah.
Awesome. What's your job here at H Mart?
I'm office manager, and I mostly support all of my department managers as well as our store manager.
So what do you think H Mart provides for this Korean community here?
So when I first landed over here, there's nothing in here.
Yeah.
And then we start building up a new Korean community, even though we have an old Korean town over there. We believe H Mart really going together with the Korean communities. We really provide them what they really want.
See a lot of foods that are actually from Korea. So that was really interesting. So I can really cook with the ingredients that I have and then make it as a same dish.
Korean market is really important part of our Korean community, that how the people really understand and how people really getting to know more about the Korean culture through the Korean market.
Hey Lane, so how's your day today?
It's been pretty good.
Lane, what got you interested in Korean culture in the first place?
K-pop, definitely.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, what bands?
The first group that I really loved was SHINee, and since then I've been into a bunch of groups. It's just so much more different than how the American music industry is, and the singing and dancing is just really unmatched, I think.
What do you think spikes that interest in Korean culture here?
I think it's mainly because of K-pop.
K-pop.
Because they are really interested about these famous idols, BTS and like Blackpink, and they asked me like, can you dance? Which I don't. So I feel like, okay, they're really interested about dancing these stuff and listening to K-pop. And now they're interested about K-dramas. And now they're interested about the food because they watch the foods that are eaten by the actors in the K-dramas.
What do you think people love so much about BTS?
I think it's because like BTS, because they're all attractive. And then like,
they are good
yeah, they're good looking, and then they're hardworking.
I will say BTS did really give that mega push and momentum for K-pop to truly come over and take over, which also in turn gave interest into a lot of other areas in Korean culture. What's your favorite part about Carrollton?
My favorite part about Carrollton, probably just the convergence of American and Korean culture. There's a lot of different people hanging around the area and shopping, eating, talking. A lot of the American people that are there for the same reasons they're like into K-pop or Korean culture.
My favorite thing is that there's like people that I want to know about, so mainly Korean people, and they talk about these experiences of how they survived in America. So it's just more enriching for me since I get the touches and the context with the Korean people who are living here.
I think K-Town has grown a lot in the past few years. I think it's brought business back to the economy, I think in this area specifically. And it's really great that there's like these little kind of subgroups where you can find people that are from the same country as you, or if you're not at home, just finding people that you can relate to.
Yeah, I think that Carrollton definitely provides a community for Koreans that in the end also provided an opportunity for Americans to get to know this culture and be curious and interested about it, rather than stereotyping us as what happened in the past. But now we have this new generation that's completely open towards learning more about our culture, and I think that's what makes it truly amazing and great.